Shalom Akim. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash, and double honor unto my apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And salutations to the sincere brothers that's doing the will of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. This is the brother Kassad, and what I have here is an article because earlier I've been hearing news about Iran being attacked by Israel in the United States. So I wanted to look it up myself, and I found this article, and this website is entitled israelhayom.com, and the title of the article is Report Iran has already decided to strike back against Israel. Okay, and this is prophetic. This is dealing with biblical prophecy because we know that Iran and Israel are key figures in the end time prophecies of the Bible. Okay, in this current kingdom, which is known as Babylon the Great in the book of Revelation, is prophesied to be destroyed via World War III, via fire from nuclear missiles, and from the Lord returning with the angels and what these people know as so-called UFOs. All right, and if you've been watching the news, I'm not just talking about mainstream news medias. I'm talking about alternative news. If you've been listening to alternative news, you would know that the United States, all right, they're having tensions with China in the South China Sea. You know, dealing with they're meddling in the affairs of China concerning Taiwan. Okay, there's been information on that. We know China plays a role in the coming world war, according to the Bible. All right, and all these nations are rising up against America. So, without further ado, I'm gonna read a little bit of this article, and I'm gonna get a few scriptures. So it says the Iranian regime has made the decision to respond militarily to what it believes is a series of Israeli and American attacks on its soil. Yeah, because Israel and America is one. All right, they're in cahoots. All right. It says Tehran's decision to retaliate to the Israeli and American attacks has already been made and will be implemented at the right time and place. Sources in Lebanon told Al Ray, which traditionally propagates anti-Zionist and anti-Israel views. The report also said that Iran and its regional allies were planning for the possibility of an all-out war. Okay, because Iran is allied with America's top enemy, Russia. Okay, and Russia plays a heavy role in biblical prophecy as well, because Russia is going to be the main nation that comes up against America to destroy it, and the allies of Russia is going to follow suit, and Iran being one of them. All right, and Iran is one of the very few countries that, you know, they stand up against the American government and the military, and that's why, you know, in the beginning of the year of January 2020, you know, you had an assassination on the Iranian general Qasem Soleimani. Okay, but that's dealing with politics concerning, you know, what America wants that Iran has, which is their resources. Okay, and they want Iran to fall in line under the will of the elites. Okay. So it says the statements which haven't been corroborated elsewhere come amid a series of mysterious explosions and fires at sensitive sites across Iran, including a power station, port, petrochemical factory, a cutting factory, and military sites such as the uranium enrichment facility at Natanz and the ballistic missile base at Parshin. Okay, so there's been explosions and fires at these sites in Iran. All right, and it just so happened that these sites that were hit were factories dealing with petroleum and different elements. All right, and we know that the U.S. dollar is dependent on you know oil, and we know that there's an arms race going on. You got nations building up their armory, Iran being one of them. Okay, because they're getting ready for war. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a few scriptures. The point was made on the article. Um, we're gonna start off with Joel third chapter. This is Joel chapter 3 verse 8. It says, "And I will sell your son." Matter of fact, let me jump up. Joel chapter 3 verse 9. "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up." And that's what's going on right now. These Gentiles, which are the other nations, they're preparing for war. Other nations outside of the nation of Israel, which the true children of Israel are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And you have Israelites that may look like other nations, but they're Israelites based upon their father's lineage. And you got these Edomites in the land of Israel, which the Edomites today would be known as so-called white people. They're calling themselves Jews, which is Jew is short for Judah, which is only one tribe of the nation of Israel. And there's 11 other tribes. And, they're falsely claiming a heritage that belongs to us. Okay? But they want to keep us asleep because they know the power behind us waking up. Okay? It says, these nations are preparing for war. All right? That's why they're uh, heavily involved in nuclear fission, dealing with the elements, uranium and plutonium, so forth and so on, building new missile technology. Um, yeah, that's an example of them preparing for war. And that's why, America's attacking these sites, because they want to remain dominant. All right, because the Most High is equal in the playing field. It says, "Let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong." And I'm gonna read that again. It says, Joel chapter 3 verse 10. It says, "Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong." Because these nations are mainly spending all their money on their military might. They're invested heavily in their military because war is on the rise. And according to the Bible, there's going to be a third world war. All right. And when you see things like this pop out in the news, these are acts of war. So war is here, man. We're not living in times of peace. All right. If our country, which is, well, not our country, the country that, we're being held captive in, All right, I had to correct myself. All right, if this country, which is America, is at war right now, you know, you have troops over there in the Middle East, which scriptures tell you that Esau he don't want to keep at home. That means that we're not in times of peace because the military is over there fighting against these other nations, trying to keep them in order, trying to gain control of what they have. Okay, that's why scripture say, "Woe unto him that increaseth of that which is not his," which is Esau, Edom, always being covetous of something that ain't his. Okay, so it says, "Let the weak say I'm strong." Yeah, let the weak say I'm strong. You give a third world country ICBM technology, guess what? That third world country is now a force to be reckoned with. And you can't just go up into their land unannounced, trying to tell them what to do. And this is what America wants to do, but these nations, and they have, like I said, they have, Russia, which is a heavy rival to America, backing them. Okay, you have these nations coming up against America because the Most High is equal in the playing field. Okay, so the point was made on that. Um, I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm gonna just get straight to the point. All right, this is just a quick report. This is Revelation 11:14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. All right, and that third woe is talking about World War III, which is the war to end all wars, because this war, pursuant to Isaiah 9 and 5, will go nuclear. This war is going to be fought with burning and fuel of fire, and America is going to be, fuel to that fire because these nations that have intercontinental ballistic missiles in their armory, they will use those. According to the Bible, they are going to use those intercontinental ballistic missiles on America. And they're going to shoot those missiles on America. And the result of that is going to be straight desolation for this land, which we know as America. Okay? And we're seeing the beginning stages of that happen now. All right, there's so much going on in the news. So, you brothers out there and you few sisters out there, you got to keep watching these uh, news reports and articles because, we're at that time. All right. You got this coronavirus second wave coming. All right. The stimulus is ending. The economy is still jacked up. You know, uh, yeah, man. So we're at that time, man. The vaccine is coming. The microchip is here. So stay prayed up and keep watching, man. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.